Good day, I'm Samantha Allen and this is your Jis News for January 10. A special meeting of the Cabinet began Thursday morning. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller and Cabinet ministers are meeting at Jamaica House to discuss issues of national importance. A new financial year begins in less than 3 months and the economy is expected to feature prominently in the discussions. The members of the executive are expected to wrap up their discussions on Saturday. 3 communities in Kingston are to benefit from a major sewage improvement project. A $745 million contract was signed on Wednesday to rehabilitate sewage supply for the Seaview Gardens, Riverton City and Majestic Gardens communities under the Sector F project. The signing took place between the Ministry, the National Water Commission and Astrom Building Systems and will allow for the effective collection and conveyance of raw sewage to the Saltbury Sewage Treatment Plant. Portfolio Minister Robert Pickersgill says projects like this are necessary to prevent or minimize the health risks associated with unmanaged or improper sewage treatment.
The government, through the National Water Commission, is taking quick and decisive action to mitigate the health risks to residents of these communities as well as any impacts on the quality of water in the Kingston Harbour from the discharges.
Under the project, existing pipelines will be replaced and appropriate collection and conveyance systems will be designed and put in place. The project will also include pipe trenching and the construction of required manholes. Government is working on a raft of measures to increase the viability of the National Insurance Fund. As at November 30, the fund's value stood at $71.5 billion. Senior Director of Investments at the National Insurance Fund, Audrey Dare Williams, gave the update at a JIS think tank session on Wednesday. The fund's portfolio mix shows that 76% of the money is being invested in government paper, 12% in equities and 11% in real estate.
Our aim is always to ensure that the fund will remain sustainable so that future beneficiaries will be able to access their benefits when they become due and payable.
Persons are being reminded that the National Insurance Scheme, the NIS, should not be viewed as a tax, but as a contribution to one's social security. Contributors are urged to see to it that the money withdrawn from their salaries are paid over to the NIS office. In the meantime, domestic workers and voluntary contributors whose weekly rate has been increased are asked to use 2 $50 stamps to make their payments at the post office, as the $100 stamps are not yet available. Work on the Black River Market in St. Elizabeth should be completed by year-end. Ground was broken for the project in October 2011 and Phase 1 of the works has now been completed at a cost of $31 million. It included raising the base of the structure by several feet to prevent habitual flooding and raising the roof to facilitate better ventilation. With that done, Local Government and Community Development Minister Noel Arscott says the objective now is to move quickly on Phase 2 and complete the project this year. The second phase will include building stalls, putting in water and sanitary conveniences, and completing the meat market. And finally, Youth and Culture Minister Lisa Hanna has promised to engage Maroon communities in a cultural mission for the protection of Jamaica's children. She was addressing the 275th anniversary celebrations of the Accompong Treaty held recently in the St. Elizabeth community.
We want to engage Accompong and other Maroon communities to collaborate with the government this year to initiate a cultural transformation in our country. We want the communication and the cooperation of our Maroons because we're taking the fight for our children and we're taking back our children not only in 2013 but we're taking them back for the future and progress of this country.
The Culture Minister also pledged to push for greater support of the development of the Maroon communities and the annual Accompong Treaty celebrations.
We promise to engage the Ministry of Tourism for greater support to these communities as a core element of expanding heritage tourism. The Maroons have much to teach all of us, and they have much to teach the world.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Samantha Allen. Thanks for watching.